Good morning, children. Now, today we are going to discuss few questions that are given in your back exercise. I'll just explain these questions because you should be clear with the concepts. So, the first question, that is question number 9 in your NCERT back exercises, they are asking that Na plus. Now here Na plus means they are talking about sodium ion, because when there is a plus or a minus sign, then it is called an ion. Okay, so they are saying Na plus has completely filled K and L shells. Now we have to explain this statement. So how do we explain this statement? Let's see the solution part here. Now as you see, sodium atom, the symbol is Na. Also note down, children, here that this Na is not having any plus or minus sign, and because it is not having any plus or minus sign, that means it is an atom. Right? Now, this atom has atomic number 11. And we all know that atomic number is equal to the number of protons. So, the number of protons are also 11. We also know that number of protons are equal to number of electrons. So, the number of electrons are also 11. As I told you earlier, that if any one of these three, if you know the value of any one of these three, the other two can be easily predicted, right? So because we know that atomic number of sodium is 11, so we also know that the number of protons and number of electrons are also 11. Now, if we write down the electronic configuration of sodium. Now, what do you mean by electronic configuration? I have already explained you, but again in this video, I'll tell you that electronic configuration means to write down the total number of electrons into their respective shells. When we distribute this total number of electrons into their respective shells, then it is called electronic configuration. So there are total 11 electrons. So if we distribute them, so the first shell, that is K, will have 2 electrons. Then the second shell L will have 8 electrons. So 2 plus 8 is 10. So we are left with only 1 electron, which will be placed in M shell. So the electronic configuration of sodium atom is 281. Now, sodium atom loses one electron. Now, why does sodium loses one electron? We have done this because every atom wants that they should have 8 electrons in their outermost orbit or shell. Now, to become 8, this sodium, either it should give this one electron or it should take 7 electrons. Now, taking 7 is not easy because no one will give 7 electrons, as it will take lot of, or it will expend lot of energy. So what will we do? We will, or the sodium will, better it gets rid of this one electron, and when it gives out this one electron, then their outermost shell will be the L shell, which is having 8 electrons. Now, because sodium is losing one electron to get stability, so now the sodium will have one plus sign, so it becomes sodium ion. Hence, now this word is hence, please correct it. Hence, it has completely filled K and L shells. Now you can see the sodium ion here. Let me write it for you. Sodium ion, okay, Na, give me 1 minute, plus, now see, Na plus will have how many electrons? In the K shell, it will have 2, right? And in the L shell, it will have 8. And we know that K shell is contains only 2 electrons, so it is completely filled, and L shell contains only 8 electrons, so it is also completely filled, and the 1 electron which was there earlier has now been given to some other element, so now there are only 2 shells present, K and L, and both of them are completely filled. So this sentence, now you see Na plus has completely filled K and L shells. This has been explained to all of you, right? Next question here in this in your NCERT back exercises, question number 10. The question says, if bromine atom is available in the form of say 2 isotopes. Okay, now these are the isotopes, children. The first one is that is the 79 is the mass number and 35 is the atomic number. It should be written like this as you see here. Okay, so there are two isotopes of bromine. One is having how many percentage? 49.7, and the other isotope is 8135Br, which is 50.3%. They want us to calculate the average atomic mass of bromine. Now, children, this is the formula for calculating the average atomic mass. Average atomic mass of bromine is calculated like this. Atomic mass of first isotope into its percentage plus atomic mass of second isotope into its percentage divided by 100, right? Children, if there was a third isotope, then we should have written here plus atomic mass of third isotope into its percentage. Okay, so we can if there are more than two isotopes, we can also calculate the average atomic mass of those isotopes. Okay, so this is the basic formula. Now we will just put down the values. Now what they want is atomic mass. Children, remember atomic mass, we want the mass. So here 79 and 81 are the atomic masses. So see, 79 into what is the percentage? The percentage is 49.7. Then plus the second atomic mass is 81 and the percentage is 50.3. We have put the formula all divided by 100. And when you calculate it, you get this value, which is U. The unit is U because atomic mass is always represented by U. So this is how you get the average atomic mass of bromine. Okay.